Right now, there's a charge buried inside almost every price tag in your home. It's not a tax, it's not a fee, nobody told you about it, and it's costing you thousands of dollars a year. Here's the thing. The coffee you drank this morning crossed an ocean. The shirt you're wearing crossed an ocean. The phone in your pocket crossed an ocean, a port, a warehouse, a truck. Every single one of those crossings costs money. And that money doesn't disappear. It gets layered into prices. Before the product ever hits a shelf, before you ever swipe a card. 3 years ago, I started tracking every dollar. I was obsessed. Cut subscriptions, optimized groceries, automated savings. I got really good at seeing what I could control. What I couldn't see, and what nobody taught me, was the invisible layer underneath every price tag. A cost that was built into the system before I even knew a product existed. I called it the shipping shadow. And once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how global shipping works, what it actually costs, and most importantly, what it means for your wallet right now. Not theory, real numbers, stuff you can actually use. Let's break this down. Here's a number that sounds fake. 90% of everything you own crossed an ocean to reach you. Your furniture, your electronics, your clothes, even the raw materials in your car. 90%. The global shipping fleet is roughly 80,000 vessels moving 11 billion tons of cargo every single year. That is the system that delivers your entire material life. Now here's how it gets into your price. Let me walk you through a single t-shirt, a $25 t-shirt. The factory sells it to an exporter for about $5. The exporter pays a freight forwarder. The forwarder books a container slot. That container goes from the factory to a port. There's a port fee, then ocean freight. Then it hits a destination port. Another fee, then trucking. Warehouse distribution to retailer markup. By the time you see that $25 price tag, somewhere between $1.50 and $3 of it is pure shipping cost. And here's the part that matters. You didn't choose any of that. You didn't see any of it. Every link in that chain just quietly added their cost into the price you paid. Now, when does this go from expensive to catastrophic? Let me show you what happened in 2021 and 2022. Before the pandemic, shipping a 40-foot container from Shanghai to Los Angeles cost around $1,500. By September 2021, that same container cost over $10,000. That is a 567% increase. And who absorbed that cost when it went up over 500%? Not the shipping companies. They were the ones charging it. It was the importers first, then the wholesalers, then the retailers, then you. Every single link in that chain passed the cost downstream until it landed in your shopping cart. But wait, rates came down after 2022, right? So why are your prices still high? Because once a price goes up, it almost never comes all the way back down. Retailers and manufacturers learned something during those chaos years. You were willing to pay more. So they kept the prices high and pocketed the difference. So what's driving costs today? Fuel. Diesel is now over $5 a gallon in many parts of the country. Every truck, every ship, every mile burns fuel. Then there are tariffs. Import duties layered onto goods coming from certain countries, labor costs at ports, and geopolitical disruptions. Right now in 2026, tensions around the Strait of Hormuz are already impacting shipping routes. Insurance premiums for vessels going through high-risk zones have spiked. All of these costs eventually show up in your receipt. So, which parts of your budget are getting hit the hardest? Let me give you real categories. Electronics. Nearly all manufactured overseas. Clothing, dominated by imports, home goods, and furniture. Very high shipping exposure. On the flip side, fresh produce often comes domestically. Services like haircuts, streaming, and local utilities have almost zero shipping exposure. US-made goods, what's left of them, dodge most of the cost layering entirely. If you want to understand where shipping inflation is hitting you personally, look at what in your home was made overseas. That is where the money is leaking. So what can you actually do about this? 3 things. Number 1, Time your big purchases away from the fourth quarter shipping rush. When retailers are scrambling for holiday inventory, shipping rates spike, and those costs flow into holiday pricing. If you need furniture or electronics, buy it in the spring or summer instead. Number 2, identify domestic alternatives in your top 3 spending categories. There is almost always a US made or locally sourced option. It might not be cheaper on the sticker, but factor in the shipping layer and it often comes out ahead on total value. Number 3, build a multi-month supply of essential import heavy goods. Cat litter, certain paper products, specific batteries, things you know you'll use. Buy them before disruptions happen, not during. Here's what it comes down to. The price of everything you buy is partly set by decisions made thousands of miles away, on a ship you'll never see, in a port you've never heard of. Once you see that, you can't unsee it. And that awareness, not some complicated investment strategy, not some guru's secret formula, that's where real financial control begins. If this gave you a clearer picture of what's actually driving your prices, hit subscribe. Beyond Paycheck Finance is your no BS guide to the financial systems that move your money. New videos every week. We'll see you there.